Ever lie awake at 2 in the morning sweating through the sheets, then notice that little water drop button on the air conditioner remote? You switch from cool to dry, the sticky feeling disappears, and suddenly the room feels calmer. By breakfast, you are convinced you have discovered free air conditioning. Then someone else tries the exact same trick and ends up with a hot room, a grumpy compressor, and an electric bill that feels personally insulting. Same but totally different result, because dry mode is not a separate machine hiding inside your AC. Cool and dry use the same compressor, refrigerant loop, indoor coil, fan, and drain. The difference is how they run. Cool mode pushes more air and works harder to drop the temperature, while dry mode usually slows the fan and cycles the compressor more gently. Dry mode is most useful when the room is not brutally hot, but the air feels damp, heavy, and sticky. The temperature may barely move, yet comfort can improve a lot. Here is why. Humid room air passes over the cold evaporator coil. Water vapor condenses into droplets, falls into the drain pan, and leaves through the drain hose, so the two modes are solving different problems. Cool mode mainly removes heat. Dry mode mainly removes moisture. That is why identical thermostat readings can feel completely different. Your body does not cool itself by reading a thermostat. It cools itself when sweat evaporates, because evaporation carries heat away from the surface of your skin. That is how your skin sheds heat. In humid air, evaporation slows down. Sweat just sits there, your shirt sticks to you, and an 82-degree room can feel more like a locker room sauna. That is the miserable part. Now lower the humidity from roughly 80% to around 50% without changing the room temperature. Sweat can evaporate again, and the same room suddenly feels much more comfortable. That cooler feeling is real, even if dry mode has not lowered the temperature very much. Simply remove the moisture that was blocking your body's own cooling system. That is why dry mode works best during rainy, clammy weather, a Gulf Coast summer, a humid East Coast afternoon, or any day when the air feels almost wringably wet. That is exactly its sweet spot. But on a hot, already dry day, think Phoenix, Las Vegas, or inland desert heat. There may be very little moisture for the system to remove in the first place. At that point, problem is heat. In that situation, the compressor may keep cycling while the room stays hot. You are not saving energy. You are asking the wrong mode to solve the wrong problem. That is a bad trade. So forget the old north versus south rule. The useful distinction is humid versus dry. Choose the mode based on the moisture in the air, not simply your ZIP code. That is the part that matters. And when outdoor temperatures reach about 104 degrees Fahrenheit, around 40 Celsius, do not expect dry mode to rescue the room. Use cool mode and deal with the heat load first. Next myth, 78 Fahrenheit or 26 Celsius is not a magical efficiency number. Energy use also depends on outdoor temperature, indoor humidity, insulation, sunlight, and the equipment itself. Room size, window exposure, building materials, air leaks, and AC efficiency matter too. One thermostat setting cannot guarantee the same power bill in every home. They change the whole equation. Another myth is that a 1-hour errand has one universal answer. For short absence, raising the thermostat a few degrees or using eco mode is often the practical middle ground. It keeps the place from baking without forcing a hard restart later. For muggy weather, try the high-value combination, a reasonable set point, dry mode when conditions suit it, and a fan moving air across your skin to help sweat evaporate. You get the comfort without turning the room into winter. The AC removes moisture, the fan improves evaporation. And the real lesson is this: comfort is not temperature alone. Most of the time, you are negotiating with humidity too. Pay attention to both, and your cooling choices get a lot smarter.